As we grow older, many of us hold on to the simple habits we've trusted for decades. One of the most common is drinking plenty of plain water, believing it's enough to keep us healthy and strong. But after the age of 65, something subtle but important begins to change. Even if you drink 8 glasses a day, your body may no longer absorb water the way it once did. Muscles lose their natural ability to hold onto moisture, joints feel stiffer, and the brain can quietly become foggy. What seems like a healthy routine may leave you weaker without you even realizing it. That's why so many older adults struggle with sudden cramps at night, dizziness when standing, or a constant sense of fatigue. The good news is that you don't need expensive treatments or complicated solutions. Often, the answer lies in one small, overlooked addition to your daily glass of water, an ingredient that can restore strength, support balance, and even protect memory. In just a moment, I'll show you exactly what it is and how you can use it. But first, tell me, where are you watching from today? And if you'd like more simple health tips, don't forget to subscribe. As the years pass, our bodies change in ways that are quiet, almost invisible, yet deeply powerful. One of the most overlooked changes happens with water. For most of our lives, we've been told, drink plenty of water and you'll stay healthy. And while that advice holds when we're younger, something shifts after 60. The cells inside our muscles, which once acted like little sponges holding water, slowly begin to stiffen. Instead of soaking up the fluid we drink, they let it pass right through. The result is that even if you fill a pitcher and finish it every day, your muscles and joints may still be running dry. That's why so many older adults begin noticing strange new patterns. A leg that cramps up in the middle of the night. Knees that feel steady in the morning but weak by afternoon. A back that aches for no reason at all. Or a sudden loss of balance while walking on flat ground. These aren't just random aches of old age. They're signals that the body isn't holding on to hydration and the minerals, like potassium and magnesium, that once kept everything moving smoothly. I think of Uncle Raghavan, a kind older man who proudly drank 8 to 10 glasses of plain water every day. Still, he complained of fatigue, heavy legs, and foggy thinking. It wasn't until he added just a pinch of mineral salt and a slice of lemon to his morning glass that he began to feel a difference. Within days, the cramps that used to wake him disappeared, and his mind felt clearer. His doctor reminded him it wasn't about drinking more water, but about drinking smarter water, hydration that stays inside the cells where it's needed most. And that's the truth many of us must face as we age. Principle 1. Lemon and mineral salt. As the body ages, even the simplest routines we've trusted for a lifetime begin to work differently. Water is one of those routines. For decades, we've been told that drinking plenty of plain water is the foundation of good health. We've carried bottles with us, filled pitchers at the table, and taken pride in finishing our 8 glasses a day. But what many people don't realize is that after 60, water no longer behaves in the body the way it once did. It may refresh the mouth, quench a temporary thirst, and pass quickly through the stomach, but often it fails to stay where it's needed most, inside the muscles, the joints, and even the brain. This is why so many older adults feel tired despite resting or notice their legs cramp up at night. It's why balance sometimes feels shaky on even ground, or why a backache appears after sitting in a chair that once felt perfectly comfortable. The issue isn't necessarily aging bones or weak muscles. More often, it's that the water being consumed isn't doing its job anymore. The body isn't holding it. It's slipping away. And so the question becomes, how do we help water stay? The answer, surprisingly, lies not in drinking more but in drinking smarter. Water by itself is powerful, yes, but after 60, it often needs a little help. Think of soil in a dry garden. Pouring water over hard, packed dirt often results in runoff. The water trickles across the surface and vanishes, never truly reaching the roots. But loosen the soil just a little, add the right minerals, and suddenly the water seeps in deeply, nourishing what lies below. our bodies work the same way. One of the simplest, most natural ways to loosen the soil of the body is to add lemon and mineral salt to water. It's an easy ritual, requiring nothing more than a fresh lemon and a pinch of natural salt, yet it transforms plain water into something the body can hold on to. Why is plain water not enough? Because as we age, the cells in our muscles lose elasticity. They are no longer sponge-like, and water flows past them instead of being absorbed. At the same time, the body begins to flush out essential minerals like potassium and magnesium more quickly, especially for those taking blood pressure or heart medications. Without these minerals, muscles can't properly hold water. It's a double challenge. Water slips through the body, and minerals that help retain it are steadily lost. This is where the simple slice of lemon comes in. Lemon contains a small amount of citric acid, which gently improves how water passes through the small intestine. Instead of rushing through and being lost in the urine, water is absorbed more effectively into the bloodstream. In addition, lemon provides vitamin C, which the body uses to support collagen production. Collagen is the protein that gives strength and elasticity not only to the skin, but also to muscles, joints, and connective tissue. What seems like a thin slice of fruit is a quiet ally, helping the body take in and hold what it needs. And then there is mineral salt, the second half of this simple remedy. Not the white table salt many of us grew up shaking over our food, but natural salt, such as pink Himalayan salt or pure sea salt. Unlike table salt, which is mostly sodium and often raises blood pressure, mineral salt contains a wide array of trace elements, including magnesium and potassium. These are precisely the minerals older bodies tend to lose. They act like tiny keys, unlocking the muscle cells and allowing water to flow in and stay put. With enough of these minerals, water no longer slips away. It settles where it belongs, hydrating, supporting, and protecting. When is the best time to drink this simple mix? In the morning, before breakfast. During sleep, the body naturally dehydrates. Hours pass without fluid, and by morning, cells are running low. A glass of lemon and mineral salt water upon waking restores what was lost overnight and sets the stage for steadier energy throughout the day. Instead of starting the morning already behind, the body begins replenished, hydrated at a cellular level. Preparing it is almost effortless. Take 1 or 2 thin slices of fresh lemon, not bottled juice, but a real lemon cut with your own hands. Drop them into a glass of room temperature water, about 8 to 10 ounces. Then add just a pinch of mineral salt, no more than 1/4 of a small teaspoon. Stir gently, and that's it. A drink that takes less than a minute to prepare yet works quietly for hours inside the body. If the taste feels too sharp at first, a slice of cucumber or a sprig of fresh mint can soften it, turning it into a refreshing ritual. The impact of this small change can be surprisingly profound. I think often of Mr. Premji, a retired railway clerk who came to me at 65, weary and discouraged. Every night, his legs cramped painfully, waking him from what little sleep he managed. He drank plenty of water, always kept a bottle by his bed, but the cramps persisted. His wife believed it was simply old age catching up with him, and after a while, he began to believe it too. I suggested something simple. Add a slice of lemon and a pinch of mineral salt to his morning water. He was skeptical. "Doctor, can something so small make a difference?" he asked. Still, he agreed to try. Within a week, the sharp cramps began to fade. His naps felt deeper, his afternoons lighter. After 2 weeks, he walked into my office with a smile, saying, "I don't know what changed, but my body feels like it's holding me up again." That's the quiet power of true hydration. It doesn't shout. It doesn't make grand promises. Instead, it works silently, supporting from within, helping muscles stay supple, joints feel lighter, and energy return. For seniors, it can mean the difference between fearing the stairs and climbing them with confidence, between restless nights and peaceful sleep. What matters most is not the volume of water consumed, but the way it's used inside the body. Lemon and mineral salt help transform water from a fleeting visitor into a trusted companion. This isn't a supplement in a bottle or a medicine with side effects. It's simply nature lending a hand, reminding us that even in later years, vitality is possible. So tomorrow morning, when you rise, try beginning your day with a glass prepared this way. Watch how your body responds, not in a single dramatic moment, but in quiet shifts. Muscles that don't ache as quickly, legs that don't cramp so fiercely, balance that feels more steady. Healing in later life often begins with small, gentle habits. And sometimes, all it takes is a slice of lemon, a pinch of salt, and a willingness to care for yourself in a new way. Principle 2. Natural electrolyte powder. As we grow older, there are truths about the body that are hard to recognize until they are right in front of us. One of the most surprising is how different hydration becomes after the age of 60. Many seniors believe they are drinking enough water, yet still experience fatigue, dizziness, or sudden cramps. The problem isn't always the amount of water, it's that the body is quietly running out of something far more important: electrolytes. What are electrolytes? In the simplest sense, electrolytes are tiny minerals that carry electrical charges inside the body. They include sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Elements you may have heard about at the doctor's office or seen listed on nutrition labels. These are not exotic or rare. They are the silent workers that keep muscles contracting, nerves firing, and water moving in and out of cells. Without them, the body cannot properly regulate balance, strength, or energy. You could drink gallons of water, but if your electrolytes are too low, that water may never stay where it's needed. For younger people, electrolyte balance often takes care of itself. The body signals thirst strongly, food absorption is efficient, and activity naturally replenishes minerals. But after 60, everything begins to change. The natural thirst signal grows weaker. You may not feel thirsty even when your body is already short on fluids. At the same time, the kidneys become less efficient at conserving minerals. If you take blood pressure medication or diuretics, this effect can be even stronger. Those pills flush water from the body, but they also carry potassium and magnesium with it. Over days and weeks, the loss adds up, leaving muscles drained and cells parched. Doctors sometimes call this silent dehydration. From the outside, you may look fine. You are drinking water. You aren't sweating excessively. But inside, the cells are running dry. Muscles that should feel strong begin to feel heavy. Standing up too quickly makes the room spin. Even simple walks leave the legs shaky. And because the change is subtle, many seniors blame age itself. "I'm just getting old." In truth, much of what they feel is the absence of electrolytes quietly undermining their body's strength. So how do electrolytes improve hydration? Imagine water as a guest arriving at the door of a house. Without a key, the guest can't get inside and must leave again. Electrolytes act like those keys. They unlock the doors of muscle cells, allowing water to flow in and stay put. When sodium and potassium are balanced, water is pulled into the cells, where it cushions, supports, and energizes. Magnesium helps calm overactive nerves, reducing spasms or cramps. Calcium supports the steady contraction and release of muscle fibers. Together, they transform water from a fleeting drink into true cellular hydration. The difference is often felt not in dramatic ways, but in subtle, reassuring ones. Legs that don't tire as quickly, movements that feel steadier, and afternoons that don't leave you drained. Unfortunately, many older adults reach for the wrong solutions. The shelves of supermarkets are filled with brightly colored sports drinks, promising hydration and energy. These may work for young athletes who are sweating on the field, but for seniors, they bring hidden problems. Most contain large amounts of sugar, caffeine, or artificial coloring. The sugar spikes blood levels and can lead to restless sleep. The caffeine raises blood pressure. The dyes add nothing but strain to the body. What looks like an easy answer often creates new complications. That's why choosing the right electrolyte powder is so important. A good formula should be clean and simple. Look for one without added sugar, without artificial coloring, and without caffeine. The best blends contain a gentle balance of sodium, potassium, and magnesium, sometimes with a small amount of vitamin C or zinc for immune support. These ingredients restore what aging bodies lose naturally, without overwhelming them. It should taste mild, not overly salty or sweet, and leave the body feeling calm instead of jittery. Think of it less as a sports drink and more as quiet nourishment. Once you have the right powder, using it is easy. Start with just half a teaspoon stirred into about 16 ounces, roughly 2 glasses, of water. Sip it slowly over 30 to 60 minutes. This isn't a drink to gulp down. The slow pace gives the body time to absorb the minerals fully, moving them into the bloodstream and then into the cells. Morning is often the best time, after waking and before the day's activities, or after a gentle walk when the body needs replenishment. Some prefer room temperature or lukewarm water, which can be easier on the stomach, especially on cool mornings. Others add a slice of lemon or cucumber for freshness. The important thing is consistency, a little each day rather than large amounts all at once. The effect of this small daily ritual can be remarkable. Consider the story of Mr. A 71-year-old gentleman from Madurai. For years, he walked to the market each morning, carrying his grocery bag with pride. But recently, he began to notice unsettling changes. Standing up from a chair made the world tilt for a moment. Turning around too quickly left him unsteady. Once, while bathing, he nearly slipped. His family grew anxious, and so did he. He feared it might be his heart or even the first signs of a stroke. After thorough testing, his doctor delivered an unexpected answer: "Your muscles are dehydrated. Not from lack of water, but from lack of electrolytes." It seemed too simple. Yet the solution was straightforward: add a natural electrolyte powder to his daily routine. Mr. A agreed, though with little expectation. Within 10 days, however, he felt the difference. His legs no longer shook as he climbed the stairs. The dizziness faded. He walked to the market and returned without stopping once to lean against a wall. Most of all, his confidence returned. He no longer feared his body betraying him. He felt in control again. Stories like his are not rare. Across the world, seniors find that once they restore electrolytes, the heaviness and instability that seemed inevitable with age begin to ease. It isn't a miracle, it's biology. The body isn't asking for something unnatural. It's simply asking for the minerals that help it use water properly. The truth is that staying hydrated after 60 requires more than habit. It requires awareness. Drinking plain water will always be important, but without electrolytes, it often isn't enough. A pinch of the right minerals can turn a glass of water into a source of steadiness, balance, and strength. The key is to make it a daily ritual, gentle and consistent, like brushing your teeth or opening the curtains each morning. In the end, health at this stage of life often comes down to small, thoughtful choices. Choosing an electrolyte powder without sugar instead of a colorful sports drink. Choosing to sip slowly instead of rushing. Choosing to see dizziness not as just old age, but as a signal that the body needs a little help. These choices may seem minor, but together, they create a foundation for independence and vitality. So tomorrow, as you reach for your glass of water, consider offering your body more than just hydration. Offer it the minerals it has quietly been missing. Watch how your energy shifts, how your balance steadies, how your days feel lighter. It may not turn back the clock, but it can give you something even more valuable. The confidence to keep living on your terms, with strength that comes not from chance, but from care. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Principle 3. Freeze-dried coconut water. For many of us, memories of summer carry the image of cool drinks and shaded porches, of neighbors handing out lemonade or family picnics beneath wide trees. Hydration has always been part of our lives, though often in simple ways: a glass of water from the kitchen sink, a pitcher of iced tea, or a slice of melon on a hot afternoon. Yet as we grow older, we discover that what once refreshed us no longer works as well. Plain water, though essential, sometimes doesn't seem to ease fatigue, reduce stiffness, or restore balance. We sip and sip, yet still wake up at night with dry mouths or heavy legs. In these moments, nature offers quiet reminders of solutions we've known all along but may have forgotten. One of the gentlest and most powerful among them is coconut water. For generations, people in tropical regions have turned to coconuts not just for food but for survival in the heat. Grandmothers would tell their children, "Drink coconut water, it cools the body." Farmers quenched their thirst with it after long hours in the fields. And in modern times, science has confirmed what tradition always knew. Coconut water is filled with natural electrolytes, particularly potassium and magnesium, that the body craves. Why coconut water helps? Inside each coconut lies a clear liquid that is far more than a refreshing drink. It contains a rich concentration of minerals essential for hydration. Potassium, often called the heart mineral, helps regulate blood pressure, steady heart rhythm, and move water into muscle cells. Magnesium, another key mineral, calms nerves, eases muscle tension, and reduces the risk of nighttime cramps. Together, these elements act like gentle carriers, ensuring that the water we drink reaches the cells that need it most. For seniors, whose bodies often flush these minerals away more quickly, coconut water provides exactly what is missing. But here's the challenge. Fresh coconut water is not always easy to find, especially in places far from tropical coasts. In the United States, it usually comes in cartons or bottles, and while convenient, these products often lose nutrients during processing, contain added sugars, or spoil quickly once opened. Keeping fresh coconuts at home is hardly practical either. They are heavy, perishable, and difficult to crack open. This is where modern innovation steps in, bringing us freeze-dried coconut water powder. The advantages of freeze-dried powder. Imagine taking the natural sweetness and minerals of fresh coconut water and preserving them in a fine, light powder. That is exactly what freeze-drying accomplishes. The process removes water but keeps the essential nutrients intact, turning coconut water into a powder that is easy to store, carry, and mix. Unlike cartons, it doesn't spoil quickly. You don't have to worry about refrigeration, expiration within days, or the mess of opening a coconut on your counter. A small jar or packet can sit in your cupboard for months, ready to serve whenever you need it. For those who travel, visit grandchildren, or simply like convenience, this makes hydration effortless. Slip a small packet into a bag, and you can enjoy the benefits anywhere. In the car, at church gatherings, or even on an airplane. How it works in the body. Coconut water, whether fresh or freeze-dried, provides hydration that is both gentle and effective. It doesn't overwhelm the body with sodium or sugar, like sports drinks often do. Instead, it offers a modest amount of natural glucose that helps carry minerals into the cells. This glucose acts like a friendly usher, guiding potassium and magnesium to where they are most needed. The result is water that doesn't just pass through but stays, easing stiffness in the joints, supporting steady blood pressure, and calming restless nerves. For many older adults, it also promotes deeper, more restful sleep, especially in hot or humid weather, when nights can feel heavy and uncomfortable. Unlike caffeine or artificial drinks, coconut water relaxes rather than stimulates, helping both the body and mind settle. Preparing freeze-dried coconut water is simple. Take 1 teaspoon of powder and mix it with about 10 to 16 ounces of cool or room temperature water. Stir gently until it dissolves. The taste is naturally sweet and mild, often more pleasant for those who dislike the salty edge of traditional electrolyte powders. If you'd like to enhance it, you can add a thin slice of fresh ginger to support digestion or a squeeze of lemon for a refreshing lift. Sip it slowly, especially in the late morning or early afternoon when energy tends to dip. Avoid drinking it too close to bedtime. While it helps relaxation, giving the body a couple of hours to process it ensures a smoother night's rest. The true value of this habit comes alive in the stories of people who have tried it. Take the case of Mrs. L, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Mumbai. Her days had become quietly difficult. Even small household chores left her tired. Her joints ached more often, and she found herself waking up frequently at night, unable to rest deeply. Her mood began to dip for no clear reason, leaving her frustrated. She had tried standard electrolyte powders, but the salty taste was unpleasant, and she stopped using them. When she heard about freeze-dried coconut water powder, she was doubtful. "Will something so small help?" she asked. Yet she agreed to try, starting with just 1 glass at 11 o'clock each morning, after breakfast. Within a week, subtle changes began to appear. Her knees no longer protested as loudly when she climbed the steps to her temple. She walked with more steadiness and less hesitation. Her sleep grew deeper, and she woke with a lighter spirit. She even called her doctor with excitement, saying, "My knees are not crying like before." It was not a miracle, but a gentle shift, the kind of change that makes daily life easier, steadier, more enjoyable. Her story reflects what countless others have experienced. The body doesn't always need dramatic interventions. Often it responds to quiet, consistent care. Coconut water powder doesn't promise to turn back the clock, but it does help restore the balance the body longs for. It nourishes hydration in a way plain water cannot, giving muscles the minerals to move, joints the lubrication to bend, and the heart the support to beat steadily. For many seniors, the benefit extends beyond the physical. When you feel stronger on your feet, more stable in your movements, and more rested in your sleep, confidence returns. You no longer dread carrying a grocery bag, climbing stairs, or attending a family gathering. You move with greater freedom, and with that freedom comes joy. Health at this stage of life is not about chasing youth. It is about preserving independence, comfort, and peace of mind. There is also a cultural resonance in choosing coconut water. For generations, elders in India and across Asia have passed down the advice to drink it during summer heat or illness. Now, science validates what tradition always knew. Potassium and magnesium matter, and nature's sources often work best. Freeze-dried coconut water bridges the old and the new. It respects tradition while adapting it to modern convenience. It allows older adults anywhere in the world to enjoy the same benefits without the barriers of distance or storage. In the end, freeze-dried coconut water is less about the powder itself and more about what it represents. A gentle daily choice that supports the body where it quietly struggles. It shows that hydration is not just about drinking more, but about drinking smarter. And for seniors, that distinction can make all the difference between fatigue and vitality, between restless nights and peaceful sleep. So tomorrow, consider adding this small ritual to your day. Keep a tin in your kitchen or a packet in your bag. Prepare a glass, stir it gently, and let it become part of your routine. Notice how your joints feel after a week, how your energy holds in the afternoon, how your sleep softens at night. These changes may come quietly, but they are real, and they build with time. Sometimes, healing is not about bold actions, but about the consistency of simple, thoughtful habits. And in the gentle sweetness of coconut water, preserved in powder and offered daily, you may find exactly the support your body has been asking for. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Principle 4. Low-dose creatine. When most people hear the word creatine, they think of young men in crowded gyms, lifting heavy weights and drinking shakes to bulk up. The very word has become tied to bodybuilding, energy drinks, and athletic performance. For seniors, it can sound out of place, even intimidating. "That's not for me," many say. "I don't need muscles like an athlete. I just want to walk steadily, climb stairs without fear, and keep my memory sharp." But here is the truth. Creatine is not a chemical designed for bodybuilders. It is not a steroid, not an artificial substance, and not something foreign to the body. Creatine is a natural compound, quietly produced in small amounts by the liver and stored in both the muscles and the brain. For younger people, it works silently, fueling short bursts of movement, standing up from a chair, lifting a bag, climbing a hill. But as the years pass, the body produces less and less of it. By the time we reach our late 60s and 70s, creatine levels are far lower than they once were, and the difference can be felt every single day. What is creatine? At its core, creatine is an energy reserve. Every movement the body makes relies on a tiny molecule called ATP, which powers the contraction and release of muscles. Creatine acts as a backup system, storing phosphate molecules that quickly recharge ATP when the body needs them most. Without enough creatine, those bursts of energy, standing, bending, climbing, or even lifting a small pot, become harder. The muscles tire quickly, recover slowly, and feel drained after simple tasks. And creatine is not just about muscles. It also plays a vital role in the brain. Neurons rely on quick energy to send signals, process thoughts, and store memories. Creatine helps supply that energy, ensuring that the mind stays clear and alert. When levels drop, people may notice more frequent senior moments, forgetting why they entered a room, struggling to find the right word, or losing focus in the middle of a conversation. Why do seniors need it? After 60, creatine production slows naturally. On top of that, diet often changes. Many older adults reduce meat intake, whether for health reasons, appetite changes, or medical advice. Yet red meat and fish are primary dietary sources of creatine. As both natural production and intake decline, levels sink lower and lower. The result? Muscles that feel weaker, balance that feels less reliable, and minds that seem cloudier than before. What may appear as inevitable aging is often, in part, the quiet depletion of a natural compound that the body once produced with ease. This is where supplementation comes in. Not in large doses, not for bodybuilding, but in small, steady amounts that restore what time has taken away. Research shows that just 1 to 2 grams of pure creatine monohydrate each day, about half a teaspoon, can make a remarkable difference for older adults. This is far less than the scoops athletes use, but it is enough to gently refill the body's energy reserve. The benefits of low-dose creatine. Unlike protein powders or complicated supplements, creatine is almost tasteless and dissolves easily in water. It does not bloat, it does not overstimulate, and it does not upset digestion when taken properly. What it does do is restore hydration inside the muscle cells, pulling water in and holding it there. This is not the kind of water retention that causes swelling in the ankles or puffiness in the face. It is deep, cellular hydration, the kind that makes muscles feel firm, supported, and ready to move. For the brain, the benefits are equally quiet but powerful. Low-dose creatine provides neurons with a steady energy reserve, improving mental clarity and reducing the fog that many older adults feel in the afternoon. Tasks that once felt overwhelming, balancing a checkbook, reading for an hour, or remembering details from yesterday, become easier. So, when is the best time to take it? Evening, before bed. This may seem surprising, but it makes sense. At night, the body enters repair mode. Muscles recover from the small stresses of the day, and the brain clears away waste while consolidating memories. Providing creatine at this time ensures that both muscles and neurons have the fuel they need to rebuild and restore. A half teaspoon of powder in a glass of warm water is all it takes. It has no taste, no smell, and quietly supports the body while you sleep. Safety notes. Many seniors worry about whether creatine is safe, especially those with kidney or heart concerns. The answer, according to extensive research, is yes, when taken at low doses. Large amounts may be unnecessary and unwise, but 1 to 2 grams per day is safe for older adults, even those with mild kidney or cardiovascular issues. The key is moderation and consistency. As always, it's wise to speak with a doctor before starting any new supplement, but the evidence strongly supports that creatine, in these small amounts, is not only safe but beneficial. The most compelling evidence comes not just from studies, but from the lives of real people who have tried it. Consider the story of Mr. Romesh, a 70-year-old retired school principal from Bangalore. For most of his life, he had been a proud and independent man, standing tall in his community and caring for his family. But recently, small changes had begun to trouble him. Mornings brought stiffness in his back and knees. Climbing the stairs in his apartment left him clutching the rail. He began to avoid morning walks, worried that his legs might give out or that he might stumble. When his doctor suggested low-dose creatine, he laughed. "I'm not a gym person," he said. "Why would I take something like that?" But the doctor explained that creatine was not just for athletes. It was something his own body once made in abundance, and now needed help remembering. Reluctantly, he agreed to try. Each evening, he stirred half a teaspoon into warm water before bed. The change did not come overnight. But within 2 weeks, he noticed something. Climbing stairs felt less daunting. His legs didn't tremble quite as quickly. After a month, he walked up 3 flights without pausing. By the second month, he no longer avoided morning walks. He returned to the park, greeting neighbors with a smile. His confidence grew, not just in his body but in his spirit. "It wasn't a miracle," he said later. "It was science done gently." Stories like his are becoming more common. Seniors who once believed weakness and fog were simply part of aging discover that with a small daily habit, strength and clarity return. Not dramatically, not like a 20-year-old, but enough to make life feel steadier, lighter, more their own. The lesson is clear. Aging does not mean giving up on vitality. It means finding the right supports, the quiet allies that work with the body instead of against it. Low-dose creatine is one such ally. It asks for little, a pinch of powder, a glass of water, and consistency. Yet it offers much: firmer muscles, clearer thoughts, and the confidence to keep moving forward. For seniors who wish to maintain independence, avoid unnecessary falls, and preserve memory, this simple supplement may be the key. It is not about building bulk or chasing youth. It is about protecting dignity, freedom, and joy in daily living. So tonight, consider making it part of your routine. Place the jar by your bedside or in the kitchen near your evening cup of tea. Stir it into warm water, drink it slowly, and let your body do the rest. Over weeks and months, observe how your steps feel stronger, how your balance steadier, how your mind sharper. Healing at this stage of life rarely comes with fireworks. More often, it comes quietly, with small habits repeated daily. Low-dose creatine is one of those habits, a reminder to your body and your brain that you are still taking care of them, even now. And that, more than anything, is the secret to growing older with strength and grace. As we come to the end of this journey together, I hope you can see how small changes in the way we hydrate can make a world of difference. We've talked about 4 simple steps: adding a slice of lemon and a pinch of mineral salt to your morning glass, using a clean electrolyte powder to restore what your body quietly loses, enjoying the gentle sweetness of freeze-dried coconut water, and finally, supporting your muscles and mind with a low dose of creatine. None of these is our medicines. They are not complicated treatments or quick fixes. They are gentle habits, simple, natural ways to help your body hold on to water, keep muscles strong, and support a clearer mind. But I also want to remind you, everybody is unique. If you live with high blood pressure, kidney issues, or other health concerns, always speak with your doctor before trying something new. These habits are meant to support, not to replace, the care you already receive. Now I would love to hear from you. If even one of these ideas feels useful, type the number 1 in the comments below. If not, type 0, and let me know how I can do better for you next time. And if you know someone, a friend, a neighbor, or a family member, who might benefit from these gentle reminders, please share this video with them. Together, we can spread simple tools that make life easier and healthier. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss these quiet but powerful tips. Until we meet again, stay kind to your body, and let your water become your quiet medicine.